Hey everybody, Chris here. This is a Friday night live stream. We'll be talking about Dogecoin, Bitcoin, other altcoins, and what happens when we have a crash like we had this morning. And what do you do and what's your strategy? So we're going to be talking about that throughout the stream. Let me come down here into the corner so we can see the bad news and somewhat good news a little bit larger. If you're watching this live, welcome. If you're watching this on the video replay, because all of my live streams become videos when the live stream is done, so you're watching it on the video. Please give the video a like. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. And then, if you are watching on the video, where were you Friday night? You were probably out doing something a lot more fun than sitting watching Chris talk about crypto. But if you were here, you could leave a question in the chat and I could get you an answer and we could talk about what is going on. I do want to hear your opinions as well about how you're dealing with these dips here. And we certainly had a big dip this morning. Right now, we're seeing some positive movement up, though, with Dogecoin, more so than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just kind of hanging out and going a little sideways with the volume just dropping off completely with Bitcoin. But Doge has got a little upward action here. So that is good. So what happened today? Well, we're looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin drop. So we had a drop today. And that was on the hot inflation data. We'll talk about that. And then we'll take a look at cryptos into the weekend. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, just about the entire crypto market, trading in confirmed downtrends, lower highs, lower lows. Well, if you've been watching me for the past week, it's kind of what I was talking about that was going to be happening. And I thought it would take a little bit longer for Doge to get down at 8 cents, but it happened. We'll take a look at that. If Dogecoin falls lower again on Saturday, the crypto may bounce up from the 200-day simple moving average. So what is the 200-day SMA? Well, we have that. If I go to the daily on, this is TradingView that I use for my charting, switch over to the daily, and this white line that you see right there, you can probably barely see it on your screen, especially if you're watching on a phone, but that white line there, that is at 785. So that 785 line, that's the 200 SMA. So that's what they're talking about. We almost hit it this morning, but that is the 200 SMA. So Benzinga doesn't think that Doge is going to get down below 785. But we have, so far, and let me go back to the 4-hour. You can see this a little better here on the 4-hour chart. We can see all of the times that Doge has touched 8 cents and had little wicks below. We had it on the 9th of February. We had it on the 10th of February. We had it on the 13th of February, the 13th again, then on the 14th. And now here we are on the 24th, and we had 2 wicks down right here. 2 wicks down right below 8 cents, but Doge held and then bounced and traded back up. So 8 cents is such a strong support line for Dogecoin that if Doge is going to drop below 8 cents, any significant number down to like 7.8 or even lower, that means we're looking at Bitcoin dropping more. And for Bitcoin, this 23,000 seems to be the line now for Bitcoin. And that 23,000 line looks like this is now the channel that we'll be watching Bitcoin trading in between 23,000 and 24,200. Just to look ahead, this is, if I pull this over, this is what I was predicting was going to be happening. This was last week. I drew these. I was like, well, there's going to be one of two things going to happen with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's either going to come up above 25,252 because that was resistance, and it'll trade above it, come back and retest it, and take off. But I didn't think that was going to happen because of the economic data. We've been talking about rising interest rates, still have inflation and that rising interest rates. Now it's looking like March in the United States, the Fed is probably going to be raising by 50 basis points instead of the 25. And so with that, and with this data that came out today that I'll talk about in a minute, that's what caused the stocks and the crypto market to go down. And so this was my prediction that we would probably see. And I was predicting it would probably go below 23,000, maybe down to 22. So that is still in play for Bitcoin. So we'll watch that over the weekend. And if Bitcoin is going to retest 23,000 and maybe drop below. If Bitcoin drops below 23,000, Doge most likely is going to drop below 8 cents. And that is going to enter what I like as a buy zone between 7.5 and like 7.8 cents. And that's where I will probably be buying more Doge. That doesn't mean that Doge won't drop further, because it could, and Bitcoin could drop further as well. A lot of people still talking about Bitcoin retesting 17,000. We go to the daily here. And so that would be down here where Bitcoin was back in beginning of January, right around 17,000. So yeah, that's right up there, 17,000. So that would be a big drop for Bitcoin to retest 17,000. If Bitcoin's dropping down there, and then we're talking about Doge in the sixes. So that would be really bad for the overall crypto market. And I don't see it dropping that bad. So, but Doge, yeah, Doge could come back and retest. That would be the 7 cent line, and that's quite a big percentage of a drop from where it is now. So right now, though, we're seeing some positive movement in Doge up to 817 now. So it's getting off that 8 cent line, it's up over 1% now over the last 2 hours, where Bitcoin is level. So you see that difference there. Bitcoin's going sideways, Doge is trading up. That means to me that people are buying Doge in the low 8s and bringing it up, where Bitcoin is just kind of treading water right now. So that's the difference I see there. So what was this about? So Bitcoin fell almost 6% Friday morning. And this was after the Bureau of Economic Analysis in the United States here reported a 5.4% increase in the PCE, or personal consumption expenditures, the price index for the month of January. It was expected to be about 4.9%. But it came in at 5.4, so significantly higher. Markets didn't like that. We saw across the board, pretty much all the stocks were in the red. Everything was going down. Tesla was down, others down. So that wasn't good. And then we saw that with cryptos as well. It's like almost every crypto that you see has the same pattern here. So Ethereum, big drop below 16,000. So that's the new support line for Ethereum is 16,000. It came down below and dropped to about 1580, 1577 there for Ethereum. Algorand went below my 2520 line just briefly. And she was testing 12, came down to about 1220 or so, and then traded back up. But every crypto was doing that. It was all going down, except for two that I've been following. One is Optimism. So let me get to Optimism. It just kept going up. I had a little bit of a down, but it was setting new all-time highs up at $3.22 or so, and it's starting to retrace now off of that high. That was one, and the other that was going out was Fetch. So if you saw Fetch AI, it's just been bouncing up and up, higher and higher. So those are two that I'm in, that I've been, I got in around the beginning of February. And so those two have been doing very well. But everything else pretty much turning back. Jack, how are you? You wanted to look at Jasmy. So Jasmy, still staying above 0.006. That's this yellow line here. We've been watching Jasmy. So did not get any lower than 0.006. And that is my buy point is below 0.006. I'm going to buy it in the upper fives. So we'll see this weekend. I kind of think it's with this low volume we have now, we're not going to see big price action. Maybe by Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, that seems to be on the weekends when we see more volatility in trading. And that could be when to scoop up Jasmy. And that's what I'm going to be looking at. Again, it's going to see what the rest of the crypto market is doing. Jasmy isn't going to drop down all by itself, but right now it's down a little bit here in the last 15 minutes or so, down to about 619. So we could see that. Again, it's just on a Friday night. We're not going to have enough big volume there. That's going to be there. If we zoom out a little more on Jasmy, because that's what I always say, like when in doubt, zoom out. We can see where Jasmy was, right? We were watching it here earlier in February when Jasmy had come all the way up to like 0.0082. And from there, we had a W action there during one of the streams here on the 10th. And I was predicting that it was going to jump up, bounced off of 0.006, very strong support there, and then eventually came back up, but then it was followed by another drop. So just for all of that, that's where I'm looking at buying in down here, because I think we're going to see Jasmy come in back here. Lower support there at about 0.058. So I would probably set a limit order a little bit higher than that, like 585 or 59. I'll kind of play that by ear as I see what the market is doing there, but I'm going to start buying into Jasmy as well, Jack. So if you guys want me to look at anything else, do let me know. Here's the Doge chart again, zoomed out again, bouncing off of 8 cents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times earlier in February, and then twice here today. We had Doge just kind of wick down a little bit below 8 cents and then bounce back up. Let me zoom in on that, and that was right here. So that's what we had for Doge today. Ghost Guitarist, what's up? Bought into Doge today. Not $1 million, but close. Well, good for you. You got on the dip here. I don't think you can go wrong with 8 cent Doge, and in the long run, that's going to be great. I've already got a good stash of Doge. I do want to get up to $1 million, and I think I'm going to be waiting just a little bit more and see what happens with Bitcoin going forward through the weekend. And I might have to be buying mine at a little bit higher price. Again, most of my Doge that I have is down at 2 cents. So that was the majority of the Doge that I have. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I am going to be buying more Doge as well. That's on my list of things to look at. Hey, Mo Crypto, how are you? You're buying Doge on the dip? That's what it is. So what happens when we have these big... it's almost a crash there. I mean, it was dropping fast. Some people panic, and they panic sell when you start seeing these big red candles going down, especially when you have that negative economic data that comes out, because they don't want to lose whatever they have, right? And so you sell. In my opinion, that's the worst thing you can do. You don't want to buy high and sell low, right? You want to buy low and sell high. And you got to have a lot of patience in this market. You really do. You have to have patience. Now, if you don't believe in cryptocurrency at all and you think it's all going to go to zero, then sell. But a lot of us are here because we think there's going to be another bull run. That bull run may not happen in the next few months. That may be end of the year into next year. and that takes a lot of patience. And we're going to be sitting here for months just looking at these charts. And I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of movement one way or the other. I really don't. If anything, there'll be more movement in the negative, I think, than the positive. I think Bitcoin has done its thing. If we zoom out a little bit here on Bitcoin's chart, let's go to the 4-hour. Bitcoin come up here to 25,000 and touching 25.2 a couple times, and now coming back down. It could come down and retest this line here, just below 22,000 in the upper 21s. I could see that happening pretty easily. So with that movement, that could be the highest we see Bitcoin, this 25,000, for a number of months. Again, this all depends on what's happening, the worldwide economy, and what's going to happen with Ukraine and Russia and China and NATO and all of that. I mean, it could get bad, and the crypto market won't like that. So there's a lot of risk right now. I know some people were buying crypto up here at these levels. I wasn't. If you've been following me on the stream the past week and a half, when Bitcoin went on this big run, I said, I'm not buying. I'm holding. I'm waiting. And it looks like we're going to drop back down into the buy zone for me. Now, if it doesn't and it goes back up, then I still have cash, buying power for a future dip, and I'll play it by ear for that. But if we get back into this buying area, we will take a look. How about Gala? Yeah, I haven't looked at Gala for a while. Gala is not one that I typically follow here, Jack. So I don't have it on my watch list. So let's see. Gala is retesting 4.1 cents, almost down to 4. It didn't quite make 4 cents, but I can put a line there, right? Put a line of 4 cents there on Gala. Again, we're on the 4-hour, so we're looking at how Gala has, 4 cents is a good, strong support. So just like we were talking about Doge at 8 cents, Gala at 4 cents seems to be kind of in the same position, where we have seen sort of this action back here in the beginning of January, when Gala came up and it touches 4 cents there and bounces back. And it looks like it did it a couple times and then traded up above, and then it becomes support. Briefly went below it and then back above. Gala went up to about 6. And then as it's come back down, we've got support there. And now we've got support here. So 4 cents seems to be that support line. So I would be looking now here at, looks like it's kind of doing the same thing Doge is doing, right? Just at 4 cents instead of 8 cents. That we could see this, with the volume ticking back down, kind of going sideways. But if Bitcoin is going to drop below 23,000, then we might have Gala dropping back below 4 cents. So I would see a buying zone here in the upper 3s would be a good price. Again, that is for Gala, that it hasn't seen that again since the beginning of the year, since it went on this big run here on the 8th and 9th of January, when Gala went on this big run. So that must have been some metaverse game thing, right? That came out that caused this big surge. So I would look for a buying opportunity for Gala somewhere right in here in the upper 3s would be my target there, Jack. So that's what I'm looking at. And what about Sheeb? Yeah, no Shibarium. No surprise there, right? I was ready on Sheeb. Again, I was looking for Sheeb to retest after this run, and we were looking at this at the end of January, that maybe retesting this, right below 11, because that seemed to be the start of a support line here. And so we had this blue line drawn here on February 9th, and it hit off of it a couple times. However, it looks like if I extend this out now, we just went below it. So SHIB has broken down below its upward support line. And we'll probably retest it, and it will become resistance. So again, with no news on Shibarium, and more doubts being thrown in there, we could see more downward price action on SHIB. So yeah, that could be something. My buy target for SHIB was in the 11s. So we'll see whether SHIB gets down there into the 11s. So that would be below the 12 where it bounced off a couple times here. There was a big wick here today. It came down to 12.20 right there. But I would be looking at buying in the 11s. You're holding Gala long-term. Got in at 2 cents. Good. So you're double. You're up double right now. That's good. That's how I am with my Doge, because I've got a bunch of Doge. I bought at 2 cents. And even though I've held it for a couple of years and Doge has gone all the way up to 74 and came all the way back down, I'm still up 4x. And just waiting for the next big Doge run. So I've learned a lot since then. I'll take some profits this time along the way. But yeah, we're holding. So what else going on? Dogecoin falls more than 3% in 24 hours. Another article. This one is interesting because, come down here, this article was generated by Benzinga's automatic content engine. So that's like a chat GPT, right? AI, generated content for Benzinga. It's like, really, they can't write their own they can't write their own article. They're having a bot write their articles. It's like, oh my gosh. But that's what this is. And they've got some charts. So I don't know how they're pulling charts in, whether just the text is written by the bot and then someone at Benzinga like pulls in the charts. They say they're using a CoinGecko API here. But I don't think that chart can automatically show up. So someone is editing it anyway. But yeah, they were looking at a 24-hour chart here and then a 1-week chart, and they were charting it right when Doge was hitting 8 cents there. But yeah, just showing the downward action that we had, and this is these Dogecoin's circulating supply and trading volume over the past week. And this is interesting that it has the current market cap for Doge at $11.18 billion and a circulating supply of 138.28 billion. And we were talking last night about, should you invest in Dogecoin? And we were talking about what the total amount of Dogecoin is. So I think they're getting this off of CoinGecko, right? Yeah, because CoinGecko is 138.28. We didn't go on CoinGecko last night to look at that. 138.28. And CoinMarketCap has Dogecoin at 132,670. CoinMarketCap has not been updating the supply of Dogecoin over the past year. So there should be 138 billion Dogecoin here, which would make its market cap actually higher, and it should be above Matic right now. Doge should be in 9th place, but they're still showing the wrong supply. So I'm kind of mad at CoinMarketCap. I'm going to have to tweet at them again. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at ChrissPax. So find me at ChrissPax on Twitter. That's me. There's a link in the description below as well to follow me on Twitter. Having some fun with some different videos and things, and I'll be posting more crypto stuff too very soon on Twitter. So give me a follow. I appreciate the support. And then while we're talking about bots writing articles, this is from Watch Your Guru, and they've asked ChatGPT to predict the Dogecoin price for 2030. Like, why not, right? Let's just look out in the future and let's say, wow, how much is Doge going to be in 2030? I'm like, oh, okay. Let me click that ad off there. So ChatGPT, the talk of tech in the recent months, generative AI. And also at the same time, Doge remains one of the most popular digital assets in the industry. There's a lot of people still talking about Dogecoin. Elon tweeted about Doge the other day, so still a lot of interest in Dogecoin. So let's give ChatGPT a chance to predict the price of Doge in 7 years. So here is what ChatGPT says. Dogecoin experienced a massive increase in May of 2021, reaching 0.68. Many of us saw 0.74 or 0.75. So I think that 68 is a little low. I don't know what exchange ChatGPT's looking at, but on Binance it was 7.4, on Robinhood it was 7.5. But saw the year 2022 a tumultuous crypto winter. Digital asset fell from 14 cents at the start of the year, that was from 2022, beginning of the year, to 6.9 cents in December. It actually had a low in June of 4.95 was the low. Conversely, 2023 has seen an increase of 22% year to date and could be trending upwards. Now, Finbold has asked ChatGPT to predict the Dogecoin price in 2030. Specifically, the generative AI was asked to provide the possible price range for Dogecoin by 2030 based on the network's development, community strength, past performance, aggregated online information, and other factors. ChatGPT says, while Dogecoin has gained significant following and has been used for various online transactions and charitable donations, its use as a mainstream payment method or investment vehicle remains limited. If Dogecoin can gain a wider adoption and use, this could help support its future price growth. Like other cryptocurrencies, Dogecoin's price is largely driven by speculation and investor sentiment. If more investors become interested in Dogecoin and start to buy and hold it, this could help to drive up its price. So that was ChatGPT's price prediction for 2030. Watch Your Guru says, although the AI program was not incorrect, it failed to deliver a specific price prediction. Conversely, the program did make note of accurate factors that could impact and set forth potential price movement, clearly displaying an understanding of the market and industry as a whole. So that's what they say. So that is ChatGPT's prediction for Dogecoin. And then last night and the night before, we were also looking at the price action here on Binance.us. This is where I trade Dogecoin. This is where I buy it. And looking at the bid and the ask right now, let me refresh this and see what this is trending at right now. So if you trade on Binance or Binance US, this is the trading chart that you'll see, not using the app, because on the app, you're not going to get the price you want. You got to use the computer, use their website here, and you'll see right now between 814 and 815 seems to be the bid and the ask. The last sale was 813 here. So it looks like it's trending back up here because the ask now is up to 814. So, or the bid is 814, the ask is 815. So that's probably going to be the next sale here. We just had a sale at 813. Low volume, just low volume here right now. And that was at 3 minutes ago, was the last sale on Binance.us. So slow trading on a Friday night on Binance US. These numbers typically update according to the whole Binance network. So it's all tied in together, Binance and Binance.us for this data between the bid and the ask. But the sales that it shows here, because I'm in the United States, I do Binance.us. That's what you see here are just the Binance US sales. There were only, or purchases, and there were only 2 transactions at 9:28, and now it's 9:32. So for 4 minutes, there has not been a transaction on Binance.us. So that's pretty slow. Certainly had a lot of volume, while the price was coming down and testing 8 cents. Looks like on Binance, it hit a low of 7.92 was the low right here that it says. But I have a link in the description below if you want to check out Binance.us. If you're in the United States, that's what I trade on. I was showing that as one of my top exchanges. Had that stream the other day. If you're interested in the exchanges, check that out on my channel. My top 5 exchanges for trading crypto. So do check that out. And then Sheeb, yes, you had a comment, Jack. Oh, they haven't updated the Sheeb supply either. I haven't looked at that. How much Sheeb there is. They're at 549. They're at 549. What's CoinGecko at? CoinGecko seems to be better. CoinGecko. See what they say for Sheep. There's Sheep down here. They're at 589. Circulating supply. So 589 versus 549. Interesting. So why do they have 40 more on CoinGecko? I thought they were burning Sheep, and I thought the supply was going down. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that and see why that's a difference there. Interesting. But that's like 40 trillion Sheep difference between CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. That's a lot of Sheep. So it'll be interesting to see which one's right there. 589 they have. Very interesting. If we look at CoinMarketCap, we can take a look and see like which are doing best, let's say over the past 24 hours. So I don't know what Binary X is. It just showed up out of nowhere. It's this thing called Binary X, up 30% for the day. And there's a Binary X old. So I don't know what this is and why this is showing up. It looks like it's a BNB Smart Chain token. This shouldn't even be here. They shouldn't be showing BNB Smart Chain tokens on this. So, but obviously it had a big run today from $1.27 up to $1.76, but people are buying this thing. So good luck if you're on BNX. So we were looking at 24-hour. What's up? Singularity coming back. So it did a big dip, and now it's back up over 5% the past day, up over 6% now. It's going back up for Singularity. Terra Classic went on a little run along with Luna. The old Luna still trading. And then right down here were the ones I was looking at. They've dropped off a little bit more now. Looks like Optimism here. Optimism's now negative over the past. Yeah, Optimism has been coming back down. So that's what's going on. And then you can take a look at the 1 hour. It's like, wow, 1 hour. See this binary X still. It's going up. I don't know what Mina is. Number 62. That seems to be down 16% for the week. Ouch. Trying to make a little comeback. So fun to look at that every now and then. What's happening with those anchors coming back down to it, look like, after its big run. So that's what happens. Again, if you're in that long term, then you don't sweat the short-term action at all. So let's go back to our 30-minute chart here. Looks like Doge came up to 820 and now back down to about 812. So we're seeing some red candles here. Bitcoin is now, seeing some red candles too. So we may have some retesting here of our support lines happening this evening. So we'll take a look at that. Hey, Jason, how are you? Welcome. ChatGPT doesn't want to let us know that Doge will be $3 the next bull run, because they probably know, and it'll influence the market. It was just like what Elon Musk said a couple of years ago. He said he had to watch what he says because he doesn't want to influence the market. But then he goes and he tweets about Doge, like that doesn't influence the market. But he has to watch what he says. I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah. So tonight's topic was, when you see a crash like we had this morning, and it was kind of a mini crash, wasn't a really big crash, but you see these big red candles posting. Do you panic and you sell? You think it's going to go down, or is this a buying opportunity? And for me, I buy and I hold long term. And I know I bought Doge at 2 cents and rode it all the way through 2021, all the way up and all the way back down. I'm going to take profits next time along the way. Probably not as much as making as much as I would have sold, on May 7th of 2021, but we don't know how long it's going to take, or if Doge ever gets to that price. We don't know. So for that, you kind of have to make up your own mind of what's your strategy, what's your plan. I know some of you are going to hold Doge forever. Well, is Doge going to go back up and then come crashing back down again, and you want to ride through that again? I don't. I'll always have some Doge. I'm not going to sell it all, but I'm going to sell some, and I'm going to take some profits along the way. That's just the investor in me and the trader in me. I think back in 2021 was just all in that hype of Dogecoin to $1, and we all thought Doge was just going to keep going up and was going to go to $1, especially with Elon Musk appearing on Saturday Night Live, and we all thought that Tesla was going to be accepting Dogecoin as payment for cars. Little did we realize that like 1 or 2 weeks later, Elon was going to stop accepting Bitcoin as payment, which helped crash a market that was already going down. So that had a lot to do with Bitcoin going down, bringing the whole market down. Doge was already being shorted down. So yeah. And speaking of shorts, looking at Doge right now here at 812, well, we do have some short positions that have been opened up on Dogecoin. Here's the shorts chart. So somebody's betting here on these big short positions that opened up earlier today that Doge is going to go lower. So that's what this is showing. And it's not on the Bitcoin shorts. Bitcoin shorts are down and flat. You don't see new short positions being opened on Bitcoin, according to this chart. But on Doge, there are. So somebody's betting on Doge going down with those short positions opening up. Now, there's not huge short positions because I zoom out to the 4-hour chart, and Doge has been higher with short positions before. But and this was either profit taking on the shorts or a short getting squeezed out. This was on Monday, February 20th at 4. So we can see what Doge was doing there. Monday, February 20th at 4. Yeah, I think they took profits before Doge went up again. But right now, someone's betting on Doge going down. But right now, I think we're going to tread water, and right between 8 cents and 8.5 cents. I mean, that's where it dropped below here on Thursday morning, dropped below because it had been trading between 8.5 and 9 for the previous number of days, and then we were in this upper range of that next channel. We were talking about that last night. And then with this morning's drop, now we're in the lower range of this channel between 8 and 8.5 cents. So we could see that through Saturday sort of trading in this channel. And then maybe Sunday afternoon, we'll see something. And let's see, that would be a little bit further out here. Let me pull that over. So that would be, Doge trading somewhere in here. And then maybe we see something like that. So we'll check that tomorrow night on how that's doing. But that's what I take a look at. I take a look at these things and kind of guess what I think is going to be happening with the price action and see what happens. But I think we might see something on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. That's my little bearish outlook, though. And I know a lot of you guys just want me to say that Dogecoin's going to go to the moon and we're all going to be rich. We're going to get there. It's just going to take a while. We need to be patient. Right now, we're fighting some of this bad economic data and other things going on. I don't see a big catalyst happening with Doge this weekend. So we'll see. Hey, Jason, the dip is a nice buy. Picks them up around 8.1 cents. That's good. That's good. So that's my outlook now. I hope you guys are doing well. Please, give the stream a like. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. I appreciate the support always. And we'll be on again on Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time, United States time. So check me out there. And we'll give an update on the markets, Doge and other cryptos, and whatever else is going on. So until then, take care. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.